Hey there, how you doing? It's Andy Whitehead. Okay, so this case study podcast or video cast, depending where you're watching this, is from a real life person. These are real life results, and from some of the messages I've been getting, there are skeptics out there who believe that these things are not possible, and the reason why you think that is because you've never been exposed to the digital strategies we apply in our business and the digital strategies that our clients apply in their business. So today we're talking about how one of our clients went from $8,000 a month to $100K. Big claim, big claim. So before we get into the whys and wherefores of it, let's just get into the facts. So this is Ken. Ken is a top man. Ken came to us, in fact, probably the first time about a year ago. You heard of us. He'd been assessing us online. He'd been perhaps burnt by people in the marketplace. He knew something needed to change in his business, but to be blunt, he thought that what I was sharing on my website and on my webinars, he thought it was BS. It sounded, quote, too good to be true. So Ken and I spoke. He was hesitant about moving forward, and as any of you have ever spoken to me, I only want to work with those people who, A, I know they're in a good niche, B, they are people who understand that the old way of doing things, they need to change, and C, I like them. And Ken was hesitant, so I became hesitant about actually moving forward with Ken. Anyhow, Ken came back to me and said, Andy, do you know what, I've done my research and I want to move forward. So we did. And the great thing with Ken is, I told him what to do and he implemented, and that is the simple fact of what we did. Now, Ken is a real life person. He isn't someone we've made up. He isn't some fake, because I know some of you out there are being burnt by people in the marketplace. Everything we do is real. We do it in our own business, and our clients do it in their business. His website is foreignstaffing.com, and he's a top man, top man. Now, when he came to us, he was looking to do 100K a month. So one of the first things I do with you, if I choose to work with you, is I create a custom plan for you. So that is, we look at your marketplace, your niche, we look at your current assets, and what's the most leverage way to go from where you are now to hitting your financial metrics. So we always work to metrics. We always work down to 1% in terms of conversion and so forth. We never use the phone as an outbound tool. Everything's done online with the tool being used when people actually book into our diaries. So when clients book into your diaries. Now Ken wanted to move from where he was to 100 grand a month. So really 10x his business. That's his target in 12 months. Now the problem was he didn't have enough clients. He didn't have exposure. But what we did very quickly is moved his website and his entire online collateral from being someone who is tiptoeing the marketplace to getting hundreds of registrations every single week. Now, one of my clients, Artie, in Canada, he's applied one of our strategies called the Content Cannon. In the last month, he went from 1,000 visitors a month to 15,000 visitors in 1 month. I'm going to be sharing that strategy with you maybe the next few months. But short and curlies of it is, what we do works. We do it in our own business and our clients do it. So the conversion on his website grew exponentially. The problem was he had no automation. So he went from no automation to being fully automated. And what we implemented was almost a McDonald's view to your business. It's approaching your business as a turnkey operation. So every time you've got a new set of roles you need to fill, you've got a process to fill it. Every time you need more clients, you've got a process to fill your client pipeline. If you're out there just having good months, bad months, up and down, a month trying to get clients, a month trying to get candidates, you're doing what 99% of recruiters do. You're in probably in a world of pain. You've got no predictability, you've got no metrics to work to every single month. You haven't got certainty that if you run a campaign, an online campaign, you're going to bring in 50 CVs or you're going to bring in 30 new client leads. What Ken did very quickly was he went from having no leads coming in to literally companies coming to him every single day, waking up, having companies say, can you source for me? He had what he calls a proposal. They requested a proposal from him. Now I'm going to get into the detail with you now in terms of what that looks like. What Ken said was this: now he has a business. He has a business that's now automated. It's automated so many processes. So what used to take months now takes a few hours. So the financial impact of Ken is this: he's got huge brand recognition. In fact, I'm going to show you some bits in a second. He's now become what we call a maven. A maven is a really cool strategy that we use. I'm going to be sharing actually a a framework for that in the next month or so. So look out for that. It's called the Maven webinar framework. So that's coming out shortly. But he's got huge brand recognition, and he's become a maven. He's now been asked to speak on industry webinars and events and so forth. He's getting 2 to 3 clients a day saying, can you source for us? He's got large clients actually asking him, can you actually request for us, find candidates for us? Now, give you an idea of what we're dealing with. If I just show you, if I bring up my mail 1 second. There we go. It's going to take a few seconds to load up. I don't normally deal with this. My wonderful team do. So let's just hopefully see that this comes up. There you go, Ken. Just want to send you a note. I've been asked to be an expert speaker for an upcoming webinar. I'm now a maven. Let me see some other updates. I'm pending on a contract for 100 teachers in Japan. I'm pending on a contract for 100 programmers in 19 countries. I'm pending on a contract for 15 IT people in 5 countries. I'm pending on a contract for 24 IT jobs. 120, 125 registrations a week. In fact, I had to pull back the automated marketing from every hour to 2 hours. So he's actually got too many leads coming in. So what I'm going to share with you now works. So grab a pen and paper. This is not some BS. You can listen to this and do what most people do, which is take on board knowledge, take on board information, and guess what? 12 months from today, they're exactly the same pain point. They've got the same financial struggles, got the same arguments at home over the same challenges about lack of money, working too many hours. So you can either step up, make a decision today, or you can do what most people do and wimp out and just keep doing what you've done. So grab a pen and paper, make some notes. Now the impact of what Ken's done now, financial impact for the future, 100k a month. But this is the key thing. Grow the business to 5 to 10 million within 5 to 7 years. Now recap, where was Ken 12 months ago? Where he is now. Everything we do is a systematized process. What we do is systems based. It's not ad hoc. It's not, you're not going to make $1 million in the first month, but maybe in 3, 4, 5 months you might double your business. If you look on our website, we've got case studies of people doing that. But everything we do is systematic, it's systemized. I do it in my own business, my clients do it in their business. If you want to keep running around and working long hours and just moderately increasing your revenue, more for you. We are in a time now of digital marketing whereby you have tools that can act and represent 100 people in your business and go out and do that for you while you sleep. And that's what we did in Ken's business. So let's dive in with this. Now you've got your pen and paper. So what do we do? First off, what you've got in front of you, by the way, this is a framework, one of the frameworks we use inside our members area, but I've just quickly sketched this out now. So Ken, 8k, 100k, how? Growing his business to that extent, what did he do? Well, when he came to us, he's an experienced recruiter. To the top left, one person but with a virtual team, working crazy hours each week. The problem, his business was outbound. It was totally outbound, hoping for inbound. He had no clients coming to him. He had only a handful of clients, so he needed to spread that risk. And he had no automation in his business. He had no expert positioning. Now, if you're sat there going, well, I've got no automation in my business and I'm doing perfectly fine, again, more for you. If you're saying, I don't need expert positioning, more for you. When you've got industry leaders endorsing you and your brand, guess what? Clients come to you. Guess what? Candidates come to you. If you've got automation working while you sleep, guess what? Your business scales while you sleep. So the problem was he didn't have these components in place. But the thing is, I don't know you, I've never met you, but Ken knew that something needed to change in his business, but he didn't know what it was. And he heard about us, and then he came to us, and he ummed and ahed. And I almost said, no, Ken, do you know what? I don't want to work with you. I don't work with indecisive people. I only work with people who take action. But the fact is, at that time, the impact to him was this. He was working long days. He's becoming almost desperate in terms of the amount of time. And Ken's so passionate. I love his passion, and he's very thorough. He was cynical about what I was telling him and what he'd read online about us. He'd gone to our website, he'd been on our webinars, and he thought, do you know what? That sounds too good to be true. It sounds like BS to me. How can that possibly work? How can you create these sort of figures? How can that happen? That sounds like absolute garbage. So that in turn caused more stress inside his head, thinking, have I got the opportunity? Could I do this? Or is it BS? I'm going to stick to what I'm doing. And guess what? He took that pain home with him. When Ken joined, the first thing we did was this. If you go to the middle, right in the middle, the actions, and I'll come back to the framework. The first thing we did was this. We created a custom plan for Ken and we stopped the cold calling. We created a 12-month plan, a 90-day plan, a 30-day plan. We reversed engineered the steps. So Ken wants to do 100k a month. Now when you join us, if you do join us, if you're a fit for us, the first thing I'm going to do to you is say, right, what is your metrics? What do you want to achieve in 12 months? Most people say to me, Andy, I want to double my business. Some will say they want to 10x a business like Ken. But most want to double the business. Okay, so we look at your metrics. If you want to be doing $1 million a year or maybe $500,000 a year and your placement fee is $10,000, that means you need 50 placements of $10,000. We always take out January and December as dead months. So really we're focusing on 10 months, that's 5 placements a month. So we need a volume strategy, but also we need a positioning strategy. So we create the custom plan based around Ken's metrics. And for you, we create a custom plan around your metrics and your marketplace. Now Ken's marketplace is global, so some of his clients are awake in the middle of the night in the US. So they're based in the Philippines, they're based in Australia, they're based all around the world, they're based in Europe. So we had to create an online strategy that worked 24/7. Now I don't know where you are, but the strategy that we'd apply in your business would relate to your marketplace and your niche. It isn't a one size fits all. So come back to the framework. So what did we do? The first thing we did is we looked at what we're trying to achieve. Okay, so we need clients. The first thing we want is clients. So how do we get clients? We need clients to actually come to you, Ken. So any of you who've been on any of my trainings before, if any of you ever worked with me before, you know that if you treat every lead and every client the same, you are losing money now. Clients fall into two baskets. 1 to 7s, 8, 9s and 10s. 1 to 7s are those who do not trust you and those who do not know you and those who are not ready to buy. They go into an automated nurturing campaign. So when they're ready to buy, when they trust you, they come to you. 8, 9s and 10s, they go into your online diary. They are ready to buy and move forward. So you separate the two. So your agency website, if it's not set up for 8, 9s and 10s and 1s to 7s, you're losing money every single day. And I guarantee you, I look at about 30, 40 websites a month now, recruitment websites. I used to look at 100 plus a month. 99.9% of them do not have their website set up to capture 1s to 7s and go into a nurturing campaign, and don't have 8, 9s and 10s set up to actually go straight into your diary and book an appointment with you. And then they become your clients. With Ken, the first thing we did was we made some tweaks on his website. We got the infrastructure in place. Then we implemented what we call the content cannon strategy. So on the left hand side you see we've got C1, C2, C3, C4. If you can imagine, each one of these is a piece of content, and I'll come to these in a second. Then we've got AW. The AW is the authority website, his agency website, but you make it into an authority website. Then to the right of that you see we've got FF, funnel filter. Then we've got /LB, lead bait. So what we do is the clients come to your website, then we take them through a set of steps. The funnel filter into a survey, so they tell us what they're looking for, what roles they're looking for, when they're looking, what the challenges are. Then they go into a proposal request set of steps. So these are 5 clear steps. Content, inbound leads into your authority website, into your funnel filter, into your survey, into a proposal asking you to get business. Now let me ask you a question. If you woke up in the morning every single day and you had a new lead in saying, can you source for us? Can you find me 25 Java developers? Can you find me 17 Michelin star chefs? Can you find me 16 construction workers? Would that make a difference to your life? Absolutely. So that's the framework we applied. Now fast forward to the right hand side, the outcomes. So with Ken, we identified his marketplace. The first place we were going to look at for his clients was LinkedIn. So we joined 50 groups where his clients were. On average, each LinkedIn group, I can't remember the exact figure for Ken, but I'm going to make the mean of about 5,000 per group. So some groups I know have got millions, but I'm going to keep this really prudent, say 5,000 per group. So 50 groups, 5,000. That's a reach of 250,000. So you're going to say, yeah, but not everyone's going to see you in those groups. Exactly. So what we do is this. We create 4 pieces of content which are posted every single day. So each day there's 4 pieces of content going out, different pieces of content. Now a word on that, you never write the content. You never ever write the content. We partner with companies who write world-class content for $10 plus, and again, if you go and look at my website, there are case studies on there where our clients have applied that strategy, which is another one. But in this case, we've got authority content, we've got expert content. The two are different. Authority content positions you as an expert in your marketplace. So if you say to me, Andy, I'm in the IT field. Okay, IT is a big field. Give me some of the subdomains you work in. Well, I work in Java. Brilliant. I work in Oracle. Excellent. I work in SharePoint. Awesome. So those are 3 niches we can now focus on. For those 3 niches, for each of those, we want you to be the expert in the marketplace, to be the leader in that marketplace. So we create what we call authority content that positions you as the subject matter expert. Authority content. The second type of content is called expert content. Expert content is where you are positioned as a leader in the marketplace in terms of recruitment. So we've got, let me just see if I can bring these up. This is the worksheets that we work to identify how to actually create this content. So these are some of the worksheets we use. So we fill out these worksheets and then we pass them off to our writers. This is what our clients do, and then you've got your authority content. So really, really simple. But the thing is, you're hitting psychological triggers of your clients and of your candidates. And 99% recruiters don't do this. They create content and think that's good enough. So we create authority content, we create expert content. Now consider these figures. If you've got 50 groups, 5,000 in each group, that's 250,000. If you post 4 times a day, that's 1 million potential points of contact every single day. Do that 5 to 7 times a week. That's 5 to 7 million points of contact with your prospects every single week. Now, as you just saw in the email from Ken actually had to pull back the automated marketing from every hour to every 2 hours. He had too many leads coming in. He had too much business coming in. So this is powerful stuff. So the outcomes were, he's gone from not being known in the marketplace, overnight, while he sleeps, he's posting to millions and millions of potential prospects and candidates every single day. You set it up once and it runs for a month, and then after that it takes about 20-30 minutes to retweak it each month. By the way, I can put you in contact with someone who can do that for you for about $30-40. So this is all automated. So what lessons have we got? To go from $8,000 to $100K and get this framework in place to scale your business. The first lesson is this: automate your business, automate your content. Automate it. Do not write it yourself, do not post it yourself, automate it. Next, separate the content into 2 different tranches. Authority content, where you're positioned as an expert in the marketplace, to subject matter experts, and you can combine that with our Maven strategy. Secondly, expert content, positions you as leader in the recruitment space. Next step is you create the online funnel. So you create the funnel, so in that 4th box, 2nd row down, left hand side, you create that funnel, so this runs while you sleep. So most of you, your consultants are out there getting leads and chasing up. I'm tired thinking about it. Nowadays you should be focusing on digital inbound strategy, and if you're not, more for you. Next, you only speak to 8, 9s and 10s. Now, for those of you who are in my inner circle group who listen to this, you know that we focus on this all the time. You only speak to 8, 9s and 10s. If you treat every prospect the same, you're not going to be leveraging your time. You cannot scale a business to the full extent if you treat every single client, every single point of contact, every single phone call, every single lead, every single contact, and email the same. You only speak to 8, 9s and 10s. 8, 9s and 10s are those who come to you and say, tell me more. Tell me what you can do. Can you source me? Those are 8, 9s and 10s. 1s to 7s you nurture in an automated campaign. And as you can tell, I'm very passionate about this. I've just got off an inner circle call today, and I'm buzzing about what we're all doing inside the group. It's amazing, but I'm so frustrated with the BS in the marketplace. And any of you who listen to this going, yeah, Andy, that sounds like all good, but I don't believe you. Again, more for you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep going out there, hitting the phone, slogging away. Kodak went bankrupt in a matter of a couple of years because it didn't apply digital strategy. If you don't think that time is coming, again, more for you. This isn't meant to be a soapbox, but what it is a sense of frustration. I've had people, a guy come to me and email me on LinkedIn and say, I don't believe you, that sounds like BS. It's like, what sort of prat are you? If you're not applying these in your business nowadays, what sort of prat are you? You need to be stepping up now. If you're not going to embrace this, it's not going to be too long until the bottom falls out of the marketplace and that digital strategy overtakes the traditional strategies, no matter how big your company is now. We work with multi-billion-pound companies, but you need to be applying digital strategy. Ken, 10x this business, is looking for a $5 to $10 million sale, and he was on 4 figures a month 12 months ago because of these strategies. In fact, he only applied 2 of our strategies. We've got over 100 strategies. He applied just 2 of them. So how do you make this happen? Well, this is what you do. Write this down. Number 1, identify your ideal client. So we call this the avatar process. Identify your ideal client, your ideal candidate. Where are they? Are they in forums? Are they on social media? Are they in databases? Where are they? Next, create lead bait that's actually going to attract them to you and magnetize them towards you, using expert content and authority content. Next, set up an automated tool. So we use our own in-house strategy called the content cannon. Set up the content cannon and your equivalent, so you've got 24/7 inbound leads coming in. Next, ensure you've got the funnel set up on your website, in your agency website. If you haven't got your website set up for 1s to 7s and 8, 9s, 10s, you're losing business every single day. Every single day. Next step, implement. You can watch this, put the phone down, speaking to your friends, saying, "Did you see that by Andy Whitehead?" I'm starting to believe what this guy's saying. I've been hearing about him now for a few years. Perhaps this is going to happen. Implement, whether you do it my way or whether you go away and you try and do it yourself. Implement this digital strategy. The time, it's moving quickly. Guarantee you, it's way before 2020. Businesses who are not applying this will not be in business. I guarantee it. It's not there to scare you. It's a fact. It's a fact. I embrace digital strategy right from the get-go. I embrace digital strategy in my own business. Why? Because I hate sales. If any of you have ever spoken to me on a call, you'll know on a sales call I will never ever ask for a sale. We don't do quote sales calls. I want to see if you're a fit for me. If you're a fit for me, I may invite you in. If you're not a fit, then you won't be invited in. I can't do cold calling. I respect you for doing it, but God, I can't do any form of outbound cold calling. I can't do any form of calling where I'm a commodity. In our marketplace, we're asked to go and speak to recruitment leaders around the world and actually train their own clients in our strategies, because no one else does what we're doing. Why? Because I've created these in-house. I've sweated the blood and tears. I spend over 6 figures every single year honing my own skills, and I am on the soapbox about this now, but you need to be stepping up on this. You need to be stepping up on this. Implementation then. Identify your ideal client. Create the lead bait. Set up your automated tool. Create your online funnel. Implementation. Now if you think this is too good to be true, go on my website, look for a case study by Ken. Ken's actually going to give you a 10-minute, 50, well, I can't remember how long it is. In fact, I'll go and find it right now. Ken's going to tell you himself. It's inside our members area, by the way, but if you, there we go, here. So Ken's here. So /Ken Sverdling, and he's telling you exactly what he did. So I've told you what to do. If you want a hand on how to do it, and you want me to tell you how to do it,
recruiting firm in South Carolina.
There we go.
And I'm here today to...
If you want a hand on how to do it, go and see the video of Ken first. I only want to talk to you if you're serious. If you actually want to move from the outbound, move from being a commodity in the marketplace, you want to be a leader in your marketplace, and you want to have an inbound automated system, then it's worth talking. So this is what to do. Go and watch the video of Ken, number 1. Number 2, think about your marketplace. Right, what niche am I in? Number 3, are you ready to move forward with automation and embrace automation in your business? If you are, number 4, go and sign up for a 10-minute call. Just sign on there, 10-minute call. You'll speak to either myself or my project manager. We're going to ask you a set of questions, and if I think you are you're good to go in terms of actually applying this in your business. Remember, Ken was hesitant, $8,000 to 100K. If I think it's a fit, I'll give you 45 minutes of my time and I'll give you my best strategies. At that point, if I think we're a fit, we may choose to move forward together or not. But at the very least, what I'm going to do though is I'm going to tell you exactly what your next steps are going to be. I'll tell you the exact strategies you should be applying, and that 45 minutes I do for free. And any of you have been on those calls before, you know they're absolutely stacked full of value. So with that said, this is how Ken went from 8K to 100K. It's how Ken, in his own words, is going to be looking at a $5 to $10 million buyout within the 5 to 7 years. It's how Ken up here has put on all that business a couple of months ago, and his automation was working too much. He actually had to cut back on the automated tool. He's getting too much business coming in. So with that said, I'm going to wrap up this call. Now, if you listen to this on iTunes, I urge you to go to recruitmentmarketinginternational.com. Go and check out the website there. You can go and see the video version of this. If you're watching this on recruitmentagencynation.com, welcome. I also recommend you to go to recruitmentmarketinginternational.com. And then for any of you who are looking at the how to do this, more than happy to give you 10 minutes of my time. So with that said, as always, take action. You can be sat on a chair, stool, 12 months from now thinking, wish I did that, because I guarantee your marketplace, someone's going to pick it up, and more people are coming to me in more and more niches, and they're starting to see that, yeah, this is the way to do it. So with that said, I'm going to sign off. recruitmentmarketinginternational.com is the website. To sign up for the call, just click on book a call with Andy. Really simple, 10 minutes with myself or a project manager, and from there we're going to a 45-minute strategy call. With that said, take care everybody. I'll speak to you all very soon, and look out in the next month, couple of weeks or so. I've got an awesome few bits and pieces coming out about the Maven webinar, but my diary gets booked up really quickly, so I'll speak to you very, very soon. Take care everybody. As always, take action. Bye bye.